All right, everybody, it is Friday, and once my cycle's done on the freeze dryer with some miscellaneous stuff, once again I got 4 trays going, and 1 tray is of chili, 1 tray is spaghetti, 1 tray is turkey and stuffing, and another tray is nothing but Yardbird that's been seasoned. Okay, so what I will do is I'm going to go through the process in this video of stuffing this 5-gallon bucket. Okay, I actually use a little bit, but it's clean. I got some, got a roll tin foil in there. Okay, this is a 5-gallon Mylar. All right. Once again, when you purchase Mylar or when you're shopping for it, make sure you cannot see through the Mylar. If you can stick your head through it and see daylight, that Mylar is garbage. All right, cheap Chinese bullshit. All right. So, not that this would actually last for 30 days between some people, but that is 1 roll of toilet paper with the cardboard removed. You know? Hard as a rock. So anyway, I got my 60 eggs, okay? Cream of wheat. That's a big old bucket of cream of wheat. I do usually sometimes throw in some rice. I've got so much rice from years gone by. I'm at December of last year now. So, you know, I guess if you want some fresh rice, sometimes I throw some in there because the dehydrated stuff might get so bad that, you know, it just over and over. You know, kind of a treat. Just depends on how much room I got, you know. So that's always an if. Salt, I always put in about, 3/4 of a pound of salt, pepper, and condiments that have been vacuum sealed as much as you can vacuum seal them. And I do that long way so I can fold it around the bucket. So, you know, some mayo, some ketchup, some Taco Bell sauce, pepper. I'll put in coffee, the instant coffee things. I get those from Jeff from Perth. Bless his heart, love the guy. I got buckets of that shit. Just the little packet things, you know, each freeze dried. So when it's ready to start stuffing, we're gonna try to get 30 days for 3 people in here. All right. So set it up. You can see where my little condiment pack goes on the outside. I'm not going to stick that into the Mylar. There's no reason to. It's been vacuum sealed. If it fails, it's not life-threatening. You know, well, you know, you might. Your hot sauce is missing, but it is what it is. So I get the salt there. So I line that bucket, and then the big bag goes in. And once again, do you think all of that is going to fit? Boy, oh boy. The rice probably will not fit, but this is typically what I do every week. This is 4 cycles. So this is a week's worth of freeze drying, essentially. And we're going to stuff this bucket. And this is what I've been doing for months and months and months and months. So stand by. Hello, Ling Ling. Hello, kitty. Okay, cream of wheat, the very bottom. You just pack it full, compress it in there. It ain't going to hurt anything. So that's number 1. All right, well, if we get down in here, you see I started lining the eggs up around the sides. And when you do those, like, you know, 1 to 2 serving ones, and they flatten right out, you know, you just start, slide 1 in here, slide 1 in there. You make it fit. All right. So we're getting down, and plus I still got a whole nother cycle in the freeze dryer that's going to come out. So, you know, we're getting there. You think it'll pack in there? I'm going to find out. I just wrote it down one more time to go through this. Each tray is 1 quart, okay, 4 cups. That's 8 servings. That's a USDA serving at a half a cup. 32 servings per cycle, 128 servings per week. That's going through 4 cycles in 7 days. 4 cycles in 7 days. And I said on another video that, hey, you might be able to squeeze out 5, but you have to be realistic. You have to have some downtime. You have to have some preparation time. what I also do is I've got, when I do these, I keep a bunch back and add when I do these buckets, because 1 month I might have done a whole bunch of black beans and rice. Like, see here, that's, that's in March. So I've got a bunch of stuff from March. I've got some stuff from April. The eggs I always kind of do fresh. The 60 eggs I dumped in there. I did those last week. I had a video on them. Some of this other stuff I did. Some of the other stuff will go into the other totes for, like next month's whatever. There's no real rhyme or reason to it. I'm just not that organized. I'd like to think I am. I'd like to really think that I got my shit together. But I'm doing, when this bucket's full, I'm going to do another bucket. I'm going to do another bucket. And then after that one's full. And then when I get enough buckets to go out and start digging, then I go out and start digging. It's usually 5-6 buckets at a time. It doesn't take much. I could probably do 3 buckets today with what I've got, ready to go. As far as food, I could do probably 6 or 7 buckets. But I run out of the condiments. I run out of the things of like the lighters and stuff like that. I get these for $1. Those go in the bucket. If I get around on the side like that, I'll get it in there. Trust me, it'll slide in there on the outside, and you'll have that little lighter, little things like that. So it's being creative, but usually I don't spend a whole lot of thought on it. I have my condiments and stuff like that because that's a necessity. I have to have those little things in that bucket. At first I wasn't doing it. I was doing all that separate. And Jeff, once again from Perth, we were talking on the phone. He was like, Mike, he's like, you should just throw some treats in there, because if you crack open a bucket, it's like, oh, there's some butt wipe. Wow, fresh butt wipe. Oh boy, that's vacuum sealed. That's a whole roll. I got it down pretty good, not bad. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm waiting on this cycle to finish up. I used to write down everything, what it was, and the dates. Now I just do the date on the top of the lid when I'm done. This was the fresh Yardbird that I had. That's a lot of Yardbird. That's what is that? 4 leg quarters, I think, in this. So that was the Yardbird that a couple days ago. It was still kind of moist when it came out, so I ran it through one more dry cycle. Normally it goes into individual meals, but since it just got so frustrating trying to get it to dry, because of the heat outside, that has a lot to do with it. That I just bagged it all up, and if it gets opened up, then a little here, a little there, sprinkled on some stuff, and it would still pack up and last for a few days in a Ziploc bag, which there'll be some Ziploc bags going here too for some leftovers or stuff. So you never know out in the field. Ziploc bags come in handy. So, all right, we're just gonna keep on going. Check back in a minute. So I just pulled the Yardbird out, and I go through and I start really looking at it good. But look at this piece. Can we get this into focus? Damn it. Okay, you can't really, but when you squeeze it, look, see that juice come out? That's fat. It didn't freeze dry. I can take this and just pitch it. Or I can take it, put it in the dog's bowl. How's that? Okay, so we'll check back here in a minute once I start getting stuff bagged up. Okay, sorry for all this like cut, paste on the videos, but I went ahead and just ground it down. Chicken bouillon. I will probably hold off on this one just to make sure that I don't see any moisture come through. I got that one piece. Usually when you pull those trays out, you can spot. Your eye gets really good at spotting if you've missed a little piece of fat. It won't affect anything as long as you pull it out and get rid of it. Because because it stays contained. So you see, I spotted that, and I was like, aha, here, and then I squeezed it. And you can see it on that video, even though, please excuse the, the lack of clarity or focus on some of these videos, because I when I save them, I try to do it like 720. So the resolution is not the greatest. The point is, not to see the visual. It's not a real visual thing, but anyway. So this is the chicken bouillon. Okay. Whether or not I put it in the bucket, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to think about this one. Okay. Okay, so this is one tray right here of spaghetti. That would be, this would be 2 cups of spaghetti, and this would be 2 cups of spaghetti. So technically it would be like a 4 servings, but I could eat that one. I could eat those. I could eat all that spaghetti, the 2 cups of spaghetti. That would be nothing for me. So, I will starve to death out there. I'm fucking doomed. Anyway, chili, nice and flattened. This is 1 full tray of turkey stuffing and mashed potatoes. See that? Look at that. That's going to be a Thanksgiving meal for some motherfucker. And then, of course, chicken bouillon right here. I took those 4 leg quarters, and you could take a spoonful of this. I mean, that's the chicken. It's already seasoned. It'll be pretty salty, and with then some more rice, whatnot. That's you could take a lot of Yardbird and freeze dry it and turn it into bouillon. You know what I mean? I mean, it wouldn't be very tasty after about 3 days, eating nothing but frickin' bouillon and water. But it'd keep you alive, right? It's all about keeping us alive. So, I'm going to see how much left I can physically put in here, and then we'll check back. Thanks. Okay, back again. Now, what didn't fit would have been these big ones here. So, it is what it is. These will go into another bucket. If I had redone them and made them a little skinnier, these are essentially just rice, though. It's just rice and some carrots and some peas and stuff like that. So that, and of course the other rice didn't fit, and toilet paper. Wait a minute. You know what? That toilet paper will fit. So here's what I'll do. I will throw a 2000 cc. Man, oh man, my phone's messing up. I can't even get a good focus here. Anyway, Pack Fresh, that's 2000 cc. That's a big one. That'll go right in there. I will stick that toilet paper right in there, and then we'll seal it up, and I'll check back in a minute. So what I did was I, straightened out the bag a little bit, and I used a hair straightener. Okay, find them at Salvation Army or whatever, a garage sale, whatever, pennies on the dollar. So I started sealing it, but what I've done is I've left just a little bit right there open, and then my homemade vacuum cleaner, the Rhino Turbo Vac 800. And no, that's not a condom right there. That's just an old epoxy bottle I custom fabricated in. Then I put a little piece right in there, and then I will stick it right inside there, and I will vacuum this thing out. And it's very tricky because once I got all the air out, I have to seal this as I pull this out at the same time. So all you're going to see is, the after effect. Okay. But that's essentially what I'm going to do. So stand by for the results. That is tricky to do because you have to vacuum seal it, and then you have to pull it out real quick. Then you have to take the other one. Yeah, So, but you see how much room actually that we get down in there. Yeah, look at that. Okay. See, look at that. Huh? Oh yeah, see. You don't put the plastic cutlery in there first, because then you'll probably come out and be, crushed. So, but by vacuum sealing first. Now remember, each bag has its own 50 cc O2, and then the big 2000 goes in there. So in case one of them fails, which they're not gonna, then the 2000 will be okay. And then of course, you know, you remember you're also sealing with the lid. Now the lid is going to be tricky because we are all at the top. So, and then there's, you know, you got the you know, the curvature from the molding of the lid. So that's going to be, usually you have to have a little bit of space in there. But we will we'll see if we can't get this kicked in. Okay, so we'll check back in a minute, and then we'll see the finished product. You see where the lid, you got that cap right there, so you have to find a good spot around the edge somewhere where it's going to clear in that. And since it's summertime, I keep the lids out in a spot where the ring will get nice and warm. You know, it's very nice and pliable. In the wintertime, not so much. So I bring them in the house and stick them really warm. I used to silicone around it, but I stopped doing that. It's too much of a mess. This is a really good seal in and of itself once you hammer it on there. But what I'm still doing is that I would then silicone the underneath and seal that up. So anyway, I will take this. This is called a BFH. Well, I could say it's a BFM. This one's a BFM actually. It's a big fucking mallet. All right. And I will pop that on there. So yeah, it's not a BFH, which would be a big fucking hammer. This is actually a big BFM for a mallet. All right. So we're almost at the end, people. All right, the lid's on. All I have to do left is flip it over, and I'm going to silicone the hell out of the up inside of here, and then I'll let that set up really good. You know, so I put the date, and this is just a bunch of stuff right there that for where it goes in relationship to the plotting of the land. So that's just so I know exactly where this bucket's going to go. Anyway, start to finish. Let me know what you think on how much food I got in there, because I don't really know. I don't even pay attention anymore. I just stuff it. But from what you've seen on the table when I started, plus I got everything from the freeze dryer in there, I only had those three packages left from the bigger amounts of rice that was freeze dried, and of course I could not get the regular rice in there. That'll go into another bucket. You know, it's an assembly line. So, but as you can see, that was quite a bit of food in it, regardless. All right. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate you.